What's up, folks? It's Jay, also known as Despop. Another episode of Case Files. It'd be almost 4 p.m. Eastern time, about 2 p.m. where I am, but I'm sure everybody's seen the news out of Utah. I was planning on doing a segment today, to no one in particular, because no one's watching, but about the Irina Zarutska case and all the happenings there, and the point of the show was going to mainly focus on media, maybe help some of you realize how bad they truly are, and that you don't hate them enough. You don't hate them enough. I find it silly when Tim Pool constantly talks about civil war, but what the fuck, man? I don't know how. I don't know how we get past this now. This is getting ridiculous. But, a lot of people on the right, they rightly point out how CNN held the story, and MSNBC held the story, and the AP fucking held the story, and the New York Times held the story, and you're right to point out that they do it because it doesn't match up with their narrative. It doesn't match up with their ideology or agenda. They constantly want to tell you that white supremacy is the greatest threat to America. So yeah, they will hide those stories, but that's only half of it. I mean, they're hiding those stories to protect their interests. And part of their interests is the mayor of Charlotte, all right? The AG, the fucking governor, the lazy-ass fucking cops that stopped doing their fucking job because they were ordered to. Because they were fucking ordered to, and just said, yeah, fuck it, why bother? And, it is tough shoveling shit against the fucking tide all the time, but you don't want the job, fucking quit. Lateral transfer to a fucking department that will appreciate you. But no, so those first couple of weeks, they're protecting those interests, their friends, their politicians, and their supporters. However, there's always a second part to this. And that part, the part to that was the desire to turn the story. They knew the story was going to come out. They knew they couldn't fucking hold it back, but they waited. They waited until some conservative news sites, social media influencers got a hold of the video. They wanted to wait until it became an issue on the right, okay? Let the right draw first blood, and then they were going to spin this fucking story, right? You knew they were going to spin it just a couple of fucking weeks ago. You had a fucking mayor of Minnesota who couldn't fucking wait to defend a woman with a penis. Couldn't fucking wait. That was his number fucking one priority. Fuck the kids that died. Fuck their families, of which I feel no fucking sympathy for. I'm sorry. Maybe I was on the job too long, but I'm just too desensitized to fucking death, especially in fucking cities like Minneapolis, where that mayor told you 5 years ago he was willing to burn your home to the fucking ground over votes. He was willing to sacrifice your life for a single fucking vote. He told you that 5 years ago. I mean, he told you that 5 years ago, and it's not as simple to say, well, I didn't vote for him. You stayed there. You lived there. Okay, you enabled him. You paid taxes to him. Sorry, I've lost all empathy. As far as I know, Irina was a liberal, killed by a liberal, and we're getting blamed, right? This is what the media did. They held the story until the right pounced so they could spin it back onto the fucking right. You got a liberal killing another liberal, and conservatives are the ones to blame. You had a mayor who came out publicly after the video finally was released. Go back and research what the mayor of Charlotte did. Her first fucking comments were to thank the press for not drawing attention to the case earlier. That was her first fucking comment. They did their job, but then the second part of their job was to spin it. And while this whole show was supposed to be around that fucking incident, not so much about Irina and maybe her politics or not, or the suspect, or the five cocksuckers that did absolutely fucking nothing for her, right? Or Van Jones saying it had nothing to do with fucking race when once again he had 5 other cocksuckers to target and he did not. This one clip I caught on Louder with Crowder showing Brian Stelter and CNN and their fucking rhetoric on this fucking thing. And this is what they were waiting to do. They knew about that. They knew about Irina 2 fucking weeks ago. They knew the fucking story existed. They didn't give a shit. They were waiting. They were waiting. They wanted the right to draw first blood on the story, and then they were going to fucking pounce. Listen to this, and you can see how it all comes full circle to today.
Most murders in the U.S. never become national news. This one's garnered attention for a couple of reasons. Number one, first and foremost, the recent release of that gruesome video. Second, the energy from pro-Trump activists. They picked up on this video from local news and ran with it. It's a little bit like the times when civil rights groups have raised attention about police-involved shootings. In this case, Correct. It is Trump-aligned influencers who are posting up a storm about this case on social media. Really, over the weekend, Elon Musk, Charlie Kirk, other Trump-aligned figures succeeded in making this senseless death a symbol of big city crime.
This is what they fucking wanted, people. Mission accomplished. This fucking potato-shaped pedophile and Van Jones are high-fiving right now in a fucking studio. This is what they fucking wanted. You don't hate them enough. Remember Maxine Waters saying, get up in their faces? Get up in their faces and you push back on them? How the fuck does Abby Phillips eat in peace anywhere out in public? How? How is that even fucking possible that Ralph Macchio, Rachel Maddow, eats in fucking peace in public? Maybe it's time to fucking end this. Maybe it's time to stop being fucking nice. Maybe it's time to stop trying to teach them what true fucking tolerance is. Right? Teaching them that living through passion and anger and emotion without facts, without evidence, without logic is not the right way to fucking do it. You claim to be so fucking loving, but then you celebrate the fucking deaths of people that have no influence on your life. Most of you people still, to this day, cannot tell anybody. You cannot say the name of the fucking United Healthcare CEO. You know the name of his fucking shooter. You don't even know his fucking name. He needed to die so much. He was such a negative influence on your fucking life. You never heard of him? Don't even know his fucking name today. But this guy in Utah is going to be famous today, right? That motherfucker, he'll be famous. Taylor Lorenz is going to want to marry that fucking dude too, right? Guaranteed. Fuck these people. This is the world they wanted. They finally got it. I don't know what else to say except my prayers. Just prayers. Prayers to the Kirk family. Prayers to America. Prayers to America because this changes everything. They finally got what they wanted.